Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. I have not played this game for this probably the longest time actually that I have not played this game. About nearly a week actually. And I come back and during my hiatus I saw the news that this will be the final nail in the coffin for Maliss. Red Ransom will be banned by the time you're watching this video. And this will make Maliss honestly a lot more manageable compared to what it is now, because as long as Red Ransom is alive and as long as you have consistent access to the field spell here, that just adds even more consistency to this deck. Maliss will never truly go away, and it's already jam-packed with stuff that you really rather not you'd rather have Maliss names rather than the non-Maliss names, but unfortunately it's still too good of a deck in spite of everything. So with Red Ransom getting the axe and the queen losing a key member of its court, well, this deck will be dead. And all hail the queen, long live her name, if that's how it goes. I butchered that so hard, but otherwise, yeah, this will be the last video I'll be having with Maliss. And honestly, this is, I said it before with YuGiOh as one of the most powerful decks I've ever played. No, Maliss definitely takes that card. Full power Maliss. I have it on video. And that deck just stomped. It absolutely stomped. If I only had more time in playing this game, I would have reached Master 1 with that deck when it was at its peak. But unfortunately, because of how my job goes, I just can't play for that long of a period of time. But I'll definitely miss this deck. It's still pretty usable somewhat in spite of Red Ransom getting banned, because as you can see here, you can still make something out of it, you know, but you'll sadly have to use less than optimal options when you're going about your combos. So yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna hop in one last time. And in case some things look weird, and by weird I mean there's some new stuff in the shop because of the Black Friday sale that's currently going on. As you can see here, we have the entire Labyrinth field, and well, we have a new mate in Dia Bellstar. Yes, Dia Bellstar herself is animated. And I'm facing off against a Blue Eyes opponent, and I may have a response to whatever it is he's going to try to do here. But yeah, this is a lot of new stuff is in the shop at the time of me recording this video, and it's only been about a few days actually, if I remember correctly, since the release of these Black Friday stuff. And yeah, people are gonna be wanting to spend, especially with Dia Bellstar here finally being, you know, added to the podium. And it also doesn't help that her alt art is now available to be wailed upon, and I was fortunate enough to get the one copy from just rolling. I have like about 9,000 gems saved because I have been waiting and waiting for... I'm gonna stop that. I have been waiting and waiting for Justice Hunters to finally come in and shake this meta up, and the banning of Red Ransom is definitely going to herald it. But I am not actually sure if it will be arriving on December 5, which will be about the time that this video comes out, if I'm watching this calendar correctly. Why do I watch a calendar? But there we go. But yeah, stopping the Maiden from entering the field gives them a pretty tough time to get tuner access so that they can go into their level 9s. But yeah, just sending on the Blue Eyes is definitely not optimal, so there is that. We'll sadly have to discard something when we get down there, but yeah, apart from the new stuff in the shop, we're just waiting. Again, still in the waiting room for Justice Hunters. I just want out of this format, honestly, already. And yeah, well, while we wait, we'll just have to say goodbye to Maliss here. What do we do? What do we do? I mean, this is always the gap. This is this big a bait as I have ever seen it. So, he's gonna try to bounce it, and then we'll use triple tack to draw a couple of cards, see what they do from here. Yeah, opponent is probably breathing a sigh of relief that this deck will no longer be as powerful as it used to be once December 5 rolls around. So we're just going to keep trucking along here. I guess we just go for the We just go for the line in spite of everything. Then we just try and recover from here because, again, we have triple attack in hand. And we also have MTP07, which is also a thing that we can do. But if they do bounce the link decoder here, I will be definitely a little miffed, if that's anywhere to go by. So, okay, yep. About what I expected. Then we're gonna try to draw 2 cards. We don't have a normal summon anymore. They do have access to a tuner. So we're gonna do this. We could draw 2, but they didn't use anything from their hand, so yeah, we really have to draw 2. If we get March Hare, well, that definitely ends our turn. So yeah, we may have just lost because if there's anything I know about Blue Eyes, they can very easily bounce back from this. And yeah, Maiden still being semi-limited is something, but yeah, we may have just lost this one, so I'll just set a card and we'll just wait for my opponent to kill me. So if they do, we'll just see the next duel. If not, we'll probably play out a few more turns before we actually move on to the next duel. So I'll see you guys there. After 84,000 years, my Blue Eyes opponent finally managed to kill me. They just had to assemble a lot of lethal, about 2,000 points over, if if I was reading the math correctly. But we are going second yet again, and I'm not confident about my odds. What the fuck is this deck? It's a level 8, yes, but okay, we have Borals, okay. So they're gonna Boral my Doral, so we shall see how far we go from here. I am not sure where I should stop my opponent. Light and Sublimation Dragon is not exactly something you see normally, but okay, they're gonna perform a fusion summon. I'm assuming it's one of the Borals. They did get a new bit of support, so but I'm not quite sure where it leads. I guess I'll see soon enough. Okay, they have Dragon Maids, so that is something. So they get Shaw. Okay, so okay, then opponent. Let's see where you go from here. Okay, now you play with Chamber. I'm assuming, okay, you add from deck to hand, but I'm assuming that Droll will be way too late by the time you do that. Or you can actually spend your negate here if you wish to do so, and we shall see. But if this isn't where you do your negate, then I don't know where else. Okay, I mean, they allow that, but I mean, you can be actually patient with it because you can just end on this kind of board, and Dragon Maids do have a decent amount of back row that can support them nowadays, rather than just, you know, being the Dragon Maid archetype and whatnot. They have ways to get around certain hand traps now, so they are a decent rogue pick, is what I'm saying here, and it has kicked my ass on occasion. Mainly because I don't read their cards, because they're not exactly common around these parts. Yeah, and Lady is definitely one of the newer cards that enables all of the stuff that Dragon Maids are capable of nowadays. So yeah, they're just gonna combo off here, and while I wait until we get to my next turn. Again, I'm just going to reiterate, a lot of stuff is available in the shop. You have a new field here. The archetypes that got this amount of love is Labyrinth, and there's even alt art of the lovely Lady of the Labyrinth, and I also got 1 copy of it. Because again, I have 9,000 gems saved because I was in the waiting room for Justice Hunters, and I splurged it all here. And after decrafting everything that I didn't need, excluding the alt arts, of course, I have about 500 UR dust, literally waiting and ready for Yummy to roll around. And I even have the Mitsurugi build of that deck waiting in the wings, just in case the Yummy Mitsurugi, or Yamitsurugi as I prefer to call it, becomes more prevalent, which I honestly think it will. Over pure Yummy, but we're going to see, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And well, my rambling is more than enough to make my opponent end their turn. So Impulse would have been so useful a couple of plays ago, but we'll just work with what's been given to us. They may only have 1 card in hand, but they have about 3 negates if I'm counting this correctly. So we're going to see. And of course, Shaw is going to do something about that. We're going to shut it down immediately because I want them to spend their negate here. And good. So there is that. So now they no longer have a negate at the ready. They only have a banish, if I'm reading Filia Regis correctly. Return a banish card. All right. Yeah, they only have a banish. So there's that. And House Dragon Maid is a pop. And I am not quite sure if they can do the negate again, but I am assuming they can't. So there we go. And she's going to special summon a dragon from the graveyard. There we go. Special summoning the lady. Special summon. You can special summon. Okay, and then you can fusion summon because we're still in the standby phase somehow. We're going to see how far my opponent goes from here when it comes to negations. I think it's only Filia Regis left, but we're going to see. Although I do remember that Larpar can quote-unquote negate, but we're going to see. We do have Signet Mining, and we can discard the Malice in the Mirror so that we can banish it via March Hare. So we're going to see how far we go from here. Who did they get? They got Dragon Maid Welcome. So there is that. Okay, cool. They're going to bounce it? Question mark. Talk about a Dragon Mage, process summon. Okay, sure. What other stuff do you potentially have here, opponent? Again, I don't encounter this deck enough. Then again, the season just renewed, so I may be facing off against some stuff on the lower end of the ladder. This does not really do anything too significant, so I think the only point of interaction left is Filia Regis, which is something that will actually help us because it allows us to it banishes a thing that we have on board, but I guess the timing could also be good enough that it can disrupt us fully, but we'll see. Okay, cool. They're going to fusion summon again. Because again we're still in the standby phase because her effect says they can do it in the standby phase. I am not sure what their target is. Oh, they're gonna get a Boro on board. Oh, Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. Well, that just seals the deal. They have another negate after all. Yeah, we just died. Oh my god. So yeah. Even with this paltry hand is not going to be able to punch through with this. But hey, I'll still try. But yeah, I think, if they see Signet Mining, they'll definitely assume the worst. And yeah, about what I expected. So yeah, let's just move on to the next duel. Lost the die roll again. I was gonna say I won the die roll. No, I've lost all 3 die rolls so far. And ooh. So going second. But we have 4 loss and max C. So we can perform an Ash Blossom check on our opponent right on turn 1. So that will be something that we can do. No, we're not going to activate Max C just yet. So we're going to see if this will be enough. If you activate a 4 loss and your opponent doesn't respond at all, don't just activate Max C willy-nilly. So there is that. If they do indeed commit to, oh my god, my opponent is a whale. They have Diabell Star alt art. Oh boy, I'm going to check their deck later. See how many copies. Oh my god. Oh! Let's see here. Opponent is doing the thing. I am not quite sure what they're doing, but okay, yeah, Diabell Star doing her thing here. This is basically Diabell Star at retirement. After everything that she's been through, she deserves a goddamn break. But yeah, it's honestly really good that Konami has been doing the alt art thing on cards these days, because it finally gives people a reason to buy cards just to collect. Granted, there is a collector market for Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's mostly for the older stuff, not for the newer stuff. So they're finally giving people a reason to do the thing here, to collect cardboard when they don't really need to. So there's that. Okay, they're still gonna try to combo off, so we're gonna hit them both with Max C and a full loss. So go do your thing, opponent. Let's see how far you go from here. I'm assuming this will make them stop and just reconsider everything. Good. About what I expected from what is happening here. Okay, cool. Dotscaper is not exactly a brick, but I'd rather have it in the deck to be banished off of Red Ransom. God, I'll miss her. But good riddance. Oh my god, this deck is way too good. And okay, cool. Face down defense position. Now I can't do anything with it because I already normal summoned. Why did you concede? Did I read the card wrong? Hold on. Target a face-up special summoned monster on the field. Changes the face down. Oh, it only handles special summoned monsters. So my opponent shotgunned it. Just saw the changes to face down defense position, and yeah, that was a scoop of shame if I ever saw one. So yeah, we did not deserve to win that one, but hey, a win is a win. Around these parts, let's move on to the next duel. I have not won a single die roll, but let's see if I can turn this around with a victory. We have Drone and Lockbird, but as we've seen, it's sometimes not enough anymore. We're going to see what my opponent is on. They are on Labyrinth because there's only one deck that will happily... No, it's not Labyrinth. We see Dia Bellstar in her normal art. But they did discard Transaction Rollback, which is scary in and of itself. So they could be having some spell trap. Monster Gate is not what I expected, but we're going to stop that. Because this usually means bullshit, and I don't want that kind of stuff around these parts. So we're going to stop that before it amounts to anything. And let's see if that is enough to scare my opponent to death. No, it does not, unfortunately. Although they do activate Deception. So where's okay, Detours. These are the goblins, right? No, these are the Azamina creatures. They send a couple of stuff to the graveyard. Okay, Murcielago. I don't think this is the negate. Yeah, it's the other one. This isn't the negate. This is the Searcher. Okay, there we go. I am not sure what else they could be searching at this point. They get another Deception, which is interesting. I don't know why I didn't have the option to activate Droll there, but oh wait, no, because I activated Impulse. All right. So I'll just be watching my opponent combo off from here, and we're going to see how far they go. Should I have stopped the Monster Gate from happening? But yeah, I think it's just right to stop it from happening because who knows what is inside that deck. It could be an FTK and whatnot. And again, Monster Gate is usually a sign that bullshit is about to happen, and it's usually bullshit that ends with you dead like immediately. So there we go. They do only have one negate, so there is that. And they have one possible unknown. I wasn't exactly paying attention, but we'll see. Maxi is not helpful in the slightest, so we're going to get... who do we play? I mean, playing March Hare is fine and all, but sadly, we don't have much. Now that I'm looking at everything here. Yeah, we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot that can special summon themselves. So, here's what we're going to do. Dotscaper. Okay, cool. They allow that. Now, we go into Almirage, actually. We're going to go into Almirage. And we'll see where we go from there. It is Cybers, so it gets around a lot of the locks that the other stuff have. Okay, that's interesting. Oh wait, no, because Dotscaper's Earth, and it doesn't activate its effect anymore. Well, shit. So does Maxi, so does Drone Lockbird, so yeah. We may have just died here. Because again, I got pretty goddamn scared of Monster Gate, and I have PTSD from this card just causing FTKs, so... now that all of our hand traps are dead, we're going to see how far my opponent pops off from here, and I will find out soon enough anyway. So there's that. Deception, sure. So I'm assuming they're just going to find a way to lethal with, although they do have a very small amount of resources. But knowing decks these days, they probably have a way to get around that. So, okay, cool. Yeah, Diablo Star will probably get something that will special something out of the deck, and then they do the Azamina thing from then on out, and then boom, boom, Bob's your uncle, Fan is your aunt, and whatnot, as Americans say it. So I'm just going to wait and see where my opponent goes from here, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that we are dead. So there is that. And they even put that in the spell trap zone. I mean, it has 0 attack, so it's not exactly defending anyway. So we're just going to wait and see, and I'll just see you guys at the end of my opponent's turn, which is my death. Okay, as expected, my opponent killed me, of course. But they did have not many resources, and just summoned enough bodies to swing in for lethal. And one little thing, by the way, when you have the labyrinth field, if you lose, the chandelier actually drops from the top of the screen onto the battlefield right here, which is a really, really nice little detail. Let's move on to the next duel. Lost the die roll yet again, but let's see what our opening hand entails. And we have Drone Lockbird again, just a 2-of, by the way, recently semi-limited here on Master Duel, facing off against Mitsurugi. So this will kill any kind of stuff that this deck could potentially have once we get around to it. So let's see if they have a response. Do they have a response to a Drone Lockbird? Because if they do, then they can keep comboing off. If not, well, they pretty much they're not exactly dead in the water. They probably have ways to play around Droll, but yeah, I think oh my god, I think they are thinking really hard right now, because Habakiri searches, which adds the hand, mirror. Oh my god, are they literally just going to ritual summon out the Habakiri? And I have been reading the Mitsurugi cards because I do plan on playing Yamitsurugi. So, okay, they literally will ritual summon Habakiri because I don't think they can do anything else with their hand. I have never seen this guy. Wosu. Okay, I think this is a pure Mitsurugi build. So this was tributed, discard a card, and then if you do add to hand, okay, sure, it just recycles himself, so it's a free body. So there's that. It's pretty good, and they have a diviner. Oh my god, this is pure Mitsurugi. So we're seeing here, we're still in gold, by the way, because again, I haven't been playing as much because I'm just waiting for Justice Hunters, and Cross Outtake is really good protection. So we're just going to use Malice and Underground. We're not going to go through the red ransom line. We're just going to try to kill my opponent here. Ghost Spell. Oh, that's an interesting choice. I think we're still fine. Surprisingly, we're still fine. So we got Ghost Belled, because it summons from the deck, and oh, I forgot that we can do that. So we're going to do Template Skipper. We're not going to activate his effect yet. Then we'll use Link Decoder. There we go. We're not going to be able to kill my opponent now because we're not going to have enough bodies. So we're just going to do the Cyber's combo thing. Wait, no, I think we still can. Surprisingly, we still can. We're going to banish the field spell because that's not going to do much. So we get to do that. And then I don't think they have a way to recover stuff from banish. So I think... Wait. Oh, wait, no. I think we can still kill my opponent here. So we get Queen of Hearts. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Then this. Boom. Then Link Decoder. So we're not going to do that one yet. There we go. And then activate her effect. Let's see here. I don't think I'll need to do too much here. So yeah, we're just going to banish the Habakiri. We're going to return the field spell back into the deck. There we go. Then banish the Habakiri. There we go. And gain a bit of attack. And this is only for 2800, but we're going to combo off on our turn anyway. Or before we pass to our opponent here. Because I don't think they have much, given that they were drolled so hard in the first turn. Banish a monster face up on the field with 2,000 or less attack. Target a face up. Blah 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 blah. No, I don't think that's what we need here. Yeah, I think we just summon Splash Mage and go for the other line. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And Link Decoder's already done his job, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Then we're going to summon out a Cybers. We have not. I don't think we've used template skippers effect yet. Yes, we have not. All right, cool. That means. Oh wait, right. I forgot it's negated, but yeah, what can you do? Now we're going to use Transcode Talker to revive the other one, and then we're just going to end with a negate. Just one measly negate. I probably could have ended up with something else, but yeah, I made a mistake. And ooh, okay, I forgot that we can do that. Now that she is pointed, now we just need a way to banish the other one. But sadly, I don't think we can. Yeah, this will have to do, unfortunately. So yeah, this is it, opponent. If you have a way to break this, I will not fault you for doing so. Yeah, I definitely should have just revived the March Hare there, then went for White Binder, banish everything else. Yeah, definitely got sidelined there. Had tunnel vision, as a certain YouTuber fan base is going to say. But let's see if my opponent does. What? Ooh. Tripping off. That. Okay, cool. Oh, Wosu does that. I did not know that that was a thing they could do. Okay, cool. So now I think they're going to just find an easy way to kill me here because of my tunnel vision play and whatnot. So yeah, I am not sure how long this will take, but they can search freely now. So yeah, I definitely lost this one due to a misplay. Again, I should have revived the March Hare rather than the Queen of Hearts. So yeah, we're just gonna move on to the next duel. I have not won a single die roll in this entire video, and well, I guess that's a sign that this deck has its days extremely numbered at this point. About goddamn time too. Good God. This deck terrorized the meta so hard that it caused possibly the lowest numbers, participation numbers, or whatever it is they call it, in Master Duel, like ever. So there is that. And opponent is using Rainbow Karibo. I mean, it is a light monster, so there is that. We're going to see where else we can use the Dominus Impulse here. Just waiting and waiting and waiting until we get somewhere, if at all. Okay, sure. Shuffling a Fiend back into the deck. I think that's a good impulse target if I ever saw one. And wait, no, I don't think so, because they may have a way to get around it, but we're just going to do it nonetheless because we don't have anything else in our hand anyway. We're just going to live with the consequences of using impulse from hand. So your move, opponent. I mean, if you still have ways to play, then so be it, but if not, then yeah, you're definitely as dead in the water as I am if you have interaction, which is a sad state of affairs for the both of us. So, okay, we drew another impulse because, again, God hates us, or God hates this deck in particular. So, we're just going to normal summon, back up at Ignister. There we go. And we're going to see where it goes. Nothing happened yet. Now, we are going to... we're going to banish GWC anyway, so we're going to see where it goes from there. But I think, no, we don't have a special summon, unfortunately. So we're just going to get March Hare. There we go. And then we're going to discard the GWC so that we have a way to special summon her. And if my opponent has any more interaction, then that will be fine by us. Now, we use Link Decoder here. There we go. Link Decoder, because again, we don't have special summon anymore. Or should I have just gotten the wizard, now that I think about it? But yeah, we're just gonna live with it. Probably should have just gotten the wizard because he can also revive the stuff in the graveyard, but where I think I was not thinking that far. 2000 release attack becomes attack equal to the banish. Draw one card. We're not exactly going to do that, unfortunately. Let's see. We can get somewhere with that. I mean, just Splash Mage. More than anything else, we just get Splash. We're just going to go through the Cyber's combo line because I don't think my opponent has any interaction at all. So we're just going to go through the Cyber's combos. Get that one back. Then we do this. Oh wait, no. Wait. No. We've used Impulse. So we are locked out of Earth for the rest of this duel. Shit. Again, me misplaying. Hot damn. This is what I get for not playing for a long period of time. Oh my god. Again, I should have just revived the March Hare so that we have access to White Binder. But, lo and behold, again, I have not played for a week. And I've already forgotten what it means to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So, there we go. Just take that opponent and we'll have another Impulse set and ready in case you do any more shenanigans. There we go. And we shall see. We do have another Impulse in the deck, so we could use that. And we're going to see here. Main phase 1, let's see what my opponent... I mean, they have 5 cards to our 1, so... this could end any number of ways. So, we shall see. Again, they're probably wondering why can't they do anything? Because I use Impulse from hand opponent. In case you don't realize that Impulse has a rest of the duel lock. So, there is that. But if they are thinking this long into what their combo is going to be, I mean, you do have a Lacrima, so we could do something about it. Okay, they're gonna get Luri, sure. I don't know where they go from here. Of course, they discard Luri. And we are going to use the Impulse so that they don't have enough bodies. There we go. And we shall see where it goes from there. Although granted, Luri is not once per turn in his discard from hand effect, so they could have a way to get him back to hand and discard him again, potentially, but if not, then they're going to need to use Engraver here. But if they don't, then I can just chip in with Transcode Talker like multiple times. So we shall see. Okay, sure. They're shuffling back in the Luri. I think we can just safely turn this off here unless they do something that I need to use Cost-Up Designator for. But we shall see. So they put him in defense position, which is 100 over Transcode Talker's attack stat. So they can definitely do something about that. Okay, sure. They're going to into Requiem, and they're just going to combo off until they find some way to get rid of Transcode Talker, which is extremely easy, especially for Fiendsmith. So, I'll just see you guys at the next interesting point, or at the next duel, depending on how this goes. Okay, we're here at the end screen, and yeah, I definitely lost all my duels today due to both my opponent just having better card quality and, of course, me making misplays. But yeah, on top of me making misplays, the other big flaw that this deck has now is it doesn't have a critical mass of names. Reducing Dormouse and Chessica to 1 means that you need to shore up, basically, March Hare to 3 copies, which I'm not exactly comfortable doing because you have other ways to extend your combos anyway, but these are not Maliss names, and again, you'd rather have Maliss names rather than these replacements, basically. So yeah, and with Red Ransom getting banned, again, by the time you're watching this video, Red Ransom would already be banned. This deck is basically dead in the water. I would highly suggest that if you have something else to play in the horizon, you know, anything from Justice Hunters, just decraft this whole deck. It's honestly not worth it anymore. But if you really love this archetype, and honestly, I don't fault you because it's a pretty goddamn good archetype in spite of all of the nerfs. You can still try to work on it, iterate on it, because the Cyber's combos are still pretty goddamn good. It's because you still have Splash Mage, you still have Link Decoder, which is in different states of being banned and or restricted in the paper game. So we're gonna end it here, and still looking forward to the Justice Hunters archetypes making it into Master Duel. So if you guys like what you saw and learned a thing or two about what not to do with this deck, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. Until next time, Toodles.